Yes, so we are live. Hare Krishna. We have Lakshmi Mataji joining us. We have Deshna joining us on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining. So we have some very interesting thing to discuss today because today we are going to discuss about another new section, a new chapter of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So last 2 weeks we could not really connect with each other because there was this Kartik month going on, and also there was this Kartik Utsav in Vrindavan and so many festivities. And on top of that, last week also because of the change in weather and also the change in prasadam, so there was a little sore throat that I developed. So I'm kind of back to normal now. So Vrindavan is actually getting now cold, and I think it's just going to increase as we move into December. But otherwise, yes, it's very pleasant to be here in Vrindavan during this time, and of course, it's always pleasant to be in the association of devotees in Vrindavan. So let us have our prayers done, so it will be displayed on the screen. And before that, let's dedicate this session to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, and my beloved spiritual master. So kindly join your palms and let's chant the pranam mantras for Srila Prabhupada. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी हरे कृष्ण ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. Hare Krishna everyone, welcome back to the Srimad Bhagavatam study. So in the previous session we discussed about Bhishma Pitamaha, how he left this world so gloriously and giving so much of invaluable knowledge to all of us, including the Vishnu Sahasranam. And previous to that, we also understood the prayers of Kunti Maharani. So we have been discussing these various devotees and their prayers and how they are actually so dependent on the Lord, and they are so always connected with the Lord in so many different ways. So we all need to have a wonderful relationship with the Lord. We need to have those fond memories, and so that we can cherish during the time of death, just like Bhishma had. Bhishma, anyone remembers what was his last memory or the memory that he remembered when he was on the deathbed? Anyone remembers? I shared it last time. What was his memory with Krishna that he remembered? Very special memory he had. And I think each one of us should have some memories when Krishna reciprocates. There is an experience. If we can turn that experience into a memory, then it will all be very helpful during our time of death. Anyone remembers how Bhishma remembered Krishna in the last?
Prabhuji, is that the one when he came to attack him with the wheel?
Exactly. Yes, you're right. So Mataji said the right thing because he's remembering that very past time. He's on the deathbed, but he has captured that moment when Krishna got down from the chariot of Arjuna, and then charging towards him with the wheel in his hand. And Bhishma is ready to accept whatever punishment Krishna wants to give him. That moment, and Arjuna is holding Krishna's leg and telling him, stopping him, no, no, you please wait, don't go, don't do this. So, Bhishma is appreciating that how Krishna, to protect his devotees, can actually break his own promises. And he actually broke his promise to protect Arjuna. And Bhishma also wanted to enjoy the Virya Rasa, the mode of fighting with the Lord. So that's called Virya Rasa. So he enjoyed that rasa of Virya with the Supreme Lord. So that is because he's a Kshatriya. He has been fighting so many battles. And Bhishma, when he saw that Krishna is about to come and fight with me, so that was something very glorious for him. And that is how we remembered Krishna during the last moment. Okay, so today we will also get into something very interesting. Now, what has happened is, see, the battlefield of Kurukshetra is done, and Yudhishthira is now the emperor of the whole world, and everything is settled, everything is perfect. And then Krishna wants to go to Dwarka, but then Kunti Maharani says, no, 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 you please wait. You wait for some more time, because as long as you are here, then we are all very safe, and we'll all be, happy to see you all the time. So Krishna says, okay, all right, let me stay. But again, Krishna wants to go, but then, he says that, okay, Yudhishthira is morose and he has to be encouraged, and he has to be made enthusiastic. So Krishna says, okay, all right, let me introduce him to Bhishma, and Bhishma will give some knowledge. So he's been staying there, Krishna, even after installing Yudhishthira as the emperor of the whole world. For many, many days, months, Krishna was there in Hastinapura. And all these Pandavas were not just ready to let go of him, let Krishna go away. He was trying to go, but then he was not. Then finally, Krishna one day he said, okay, look, I also have a family there in Dwarka. I need to take care of them. I have a very big family, not a small family. So I need to go. So he somehow convinced Yudhishthira and said that now it's time for me to go to Dwarka and be there with my family. And Yudhishthira understood it's been really very long, and let me also let him go now. They really had that pain of separation, and not just the Pandavas. In fact, everybody in Hastinapura, each one of them, they started coming and meeting Krishna individually, and all of them are offering their prayers. Someone is speaking, someone is hugging Krishna. Some devotees, they were so attached to Krishna. When Krishna was leaving, they almost fainted. Huh? You know, it is like that. Your close relative, somebody so close to you, your heart is leaving you and going. It pains. That separation is there. The pain of separation is there. I don't think so. That happens with us. Some relatives, when they come and they stay for some days and they say go, we're like, yeah, happy, ciao, yaar. We are like that. So here it's not like that. Krishna is there and he wants to go, and most of them are fainting because they are so connected to Krishna. They just don't want Krishna to go away from their life. So that is the mood here. So they're all connected to Krishna in different ways. For someone he is friend, for someone he is a brother, for someone he is like the Supreme Lord. Different ways he's been connected. Very special. And some things we cannot really logically explain. These different connections of Krishna that he had with different devotees, we cannot just fathom them logically. They are just beyond logic. And actually, these are some special moments or special things that make a relationship really very, very special. So something that goes beyond. And this is a kind of madness, somebody fainting for someone. It might appear that it is real madness. And actually, in relationships, we need to have that element of madness. There should be at least one or two people in our life where we are involved in doing something which is so mad. You are totally different. Everybody, when you are a big person, they respect you, they honor you, and they do. Someone in your life where you are chilled out. Sometimes you go to the party or some big function and everybody is respecting. Suddenly, all of a sudden, your old friend comes, huh? College school friend comes, and then he's like, oh, he's talking to you like a buddy, putting his hand on your shoulder, and then everybody's like, hey, what's happening? Who is this guy? How can he talk like this to my boss? It's very different. So there are some people, and there should be some people in our life where we can express our madness. Krishna also, he did something very interesting, something very wild with Rukmini sometime, and it comes in Bhagavatam. In Rukmini and Krishna, now they are quite old, quite old in the sense, not like we become old, in the sense that they have children, they have grandchildren, both Krishna and Rukmini. They have that kind of a thing, and then one day Krishna is having a conversation with Rukmini, and then very seriously Krishna is telling Rukmini, you know what? You actually did a mistake, and a huge mistake. And she is like, what mistake? You chose me over Shishupal. That's a big mistake. Shishupal was the right person for you. I'm no match. You actually did a big mistake marrying me. You should have actually got married to Shishupal. And this he's telling to grandmother. I mean, grandmother in the sense she's already grandmother by having grandchildren now. At that age, now Krishna is telling this to Rukmini, and Rukmini is like, you don't love me. That's why you're saying this. Something wrong has happened, and she goes into a different thing. She cries, and then later on, she gets to know that okay, he's doing all this as a prank. So Krishna does all these kind of pranks. And sometimes has this different mood, and of course, she also gets back to him, and then converses and pulls his leg also. So it's like that. So that kind of madness is there even in the Lord. So we should have some people like that where you can express yourself without any hesitation, without any reservations. So if you are having something of that sort, then you know that keeps you very happy. And sometimes this madness are essential in relationship. So we are going to basically understand some very important aspects of relationship today. Why? Because see, Krishna is been in Dwarka, in Hastinapur. Now he's going to Dwarka. We are all connected in different ways. We have different relationships. We need to understand some essential aspects of relationship, and that's what is coming out. Every chapter there is some a profound thing that comes out in every chapter that we discuss in Srimad Bhagavatam, right? So this is one aspect of relationship where it's not just with Krishna, but also with others that you have in your life. It's not just with the spiritual relationship; it's also with the material relationship. These certain principles that we're going to discuss today will help you. So if we are able to have this kind of things, then probably we'll lead a very happy life. So there should be the first element is this kind of madness. And one time, Narada Muni. So we saw this Narada Muni comes to Dwarka, and he gives Krishna a very beautiful, fragrant that Parijata flowers. And Krishna is so amazed and he's so happy, with these flowers, Parijata. Immediately he thinks of Rukmini. And he goes and gives this to Rukmini Devi. Very, very happy Krishna is to share this with Rukmini. Okay. And then while this is happening, Narada Muni, he goes to Satyabhama. And then Narada Muni says, you know what? I actually bought these beautiful fragrant flowers, Parijata, from the heavens, and I gave it to Krishna, and Krishna immediately gave. He ran to Rukmini and gave these flowers to Rukmini, which means that Krishna loves Rukmini more than you. And Satyabhama is now like wild. She's like, what? You gave him flowers and he goes there? How dare he? No, now, okay, I'll look after him. So Satyabhama now, she goes to Krishna and Rukmini is right there. And he says, now see, you got these flowers and you didn't give anything to me and you are giving everything to Rukmini. You know, you don't love me. And then Krishna says, don't worry, I'll get some flowers for you also. Now Satyabhama said, I don't want flowers. I want the tree itself. So, and Krishna says, okay, you want a tree, the Parijata tree, I'll get a tree for you. So Prabhupada explains in this particular purport that very nice word Prabhupada is. Just like hen-pecked husband, Prabhupada says this word. Krishna was acting just like a hen-pecked husband. So Krishna said, okay, my wife is ordering me, I'm going to do it. So now Krishna, along with Satyabhama, goes to the heavens, and there is a lot of discussion that happens. Of course, there is a fight that happens, and then finally brings the Parijata tree. Now, when the Parijata tree comes to earthly planet, when he brings that to Dwarka, now the big problem is, where do we plant? Now, Krishna, because we cannot plant it anywhere. Now, if he keeps it and plants it in the Satyabhama's palace, then Rukmini will get paid. So Krishna was very intelligent. So what he did was he exactly placed that in in between the borders, the compound wall of Satyabhama and Rukmini's palace. Now the tree is planted in Satyabhama's place, but then the flowers are actually falling and growing and falling at Rukmini's place. So because she had asked very clearly, I want a tree, I don't want the flowers now. So she got the tree, and then flowers are going to Rukmini. So Krishna manages all these different things. So there is an element of madness even in Krishna's life. And not just this, even with Arjuna, if you look at Arjuna and Krishna, they both are friends. And together, what not they did. So many things they did. Huh? Just imagine Krishna getting his own sister Subhadra getting kidnapped and getting him married to Arjuna. Madness it is. Balram was so wild and Krishna. So very different thing altogether, isn't it? So Krishna does all these kind of things. So all these different ways that he relates with people makes his relationship with them very special, and people just cannot forget him. So why I'm sharing all this, because each one of us also should have some level of madness in our own bhakti. With Krishna, there are so many devotees. You may be doing chanting, you may be doing something regular, but you need to have some little madness in spiritual life, like which makes you very unique, and that connection with Krishna is very unique. For example, some people Ekadashi nirjal fast, total nirjal, they'll not do anything. I mean, they'll not eat anything, not drink anything. That's their connection. That level of tapasya they do. Some people are experts in creating different types of garlands, very innovative the way they do it. Some people are expert in cooking, they have that fire to connect with Krishna in that form. For some people, kirtan, they do kirtan in some way that, everybody goes wide. So that kind of madness is there. So people connect with Krishna in different way, and you need to also do something which is so close to you, dear to you, and you connect with Krishna in that specific way. So that will be, and you do it intensely, not just normally. When you do something very intensely, that becomes madness. So we need to have that kind of thing in us. Very important. This back then in 1970s, 80s in Russia, there was this KGB regime. KGB were one who were ensuring that Russia is people of Russia, they follow communism and they don't follow any religion. That was their thing. And anywhere they saw devotees singing, dancing Hare Krishna, they used to catch them, put them in jail. Anybody distributing books, and they immediately catch them and put them in the jail. So now so many of them, devotees, are all in the jail. And people, all these devotees in the jail, did something that's so wild. Now there was Janmashtami that was coming, and they all were thinking, how do we celebrate Janmashtami? And suddenly they came to a consensus that okay, Janmashtami, we are in jail, but we will still celebrate. We will do everything in our mind. We will celebrate Janmashtami in our mind. So there was a mental festival. Now somebody is cooking, somebody is cutting the fruit, somebody is cutting the vegetables, somebody is doing the arti, somebody is doing the abhishekam juices, somebody is doing the garlanding, somebody is decorating, somebody is doing kirtan. So all these devotees in their own different cells, in the jail there are different cells. Everybody, they are all doing their different services in the mind. They thought like that. And early morning, 4:30, everybody started doing Mangalarti in the jail. And the police, they were so amazed to see this because they were thinking that we have put them in jail so that they don't follow spiritual life. And here they come to the jail and they literally converted the jail only into temple. So that kind of a situation has come. Everybody early morning, looking at that enthusiasm. In fact, it is said, some of them, the KGB policemen also got converted to Hare Krishnas. So that also has happened. Total different thing they do. So this is something out of the world. You can't think something like this. Of course, in India, it's not possible because anyway, people are having this very nice atmosphere, a very convenient atmosphere to follow spiritual life. But there are people in different world, in different countries, they had so many difficulties and they did something very wide, out of the box, right? They connect people, they connect with Krishna that way. So they had a jail, everything was there, but then still they could celebrate Janmashtami in the jail. So beautiful. So these are all different things that we should be able to do. And now Krishna, in fact, in the Russia thing, I just remembered. I think I have told this earlier also that how when a devotee, he was about to leave in the jail, he had nothing, no gopi chandan, nothing. So he took a toothpaste and he applied tilak with the toothpaste all over his body, and that's how he could connect with the toothpaste. Can anyone imagine like this? Toothpaste like a tilak, and he did that. They used to save bread and dry it. And after drying it, they used to make a bead, mala out of those bread. And with the bread, they made japamala, all these Russian devotees, and they chanted in the jail with the japamala made of not tulsi or neem, but made of bread. So that is the intensity. I'm just saying how, out of the box you can think and connect with Krishna. Every which way you can connect with Krishna. Krishna is looking at that intensity. Tivrena bhakti yogena. He looks at that thing in us. That are you really having that intensity to connect with me? So now Krishna is saying, goodbye to everyone. Everyone is having this farewell party. Krishna is leaving Hastinapura and is going to Dwarka. And as he's going to Dwarka, on the way, there are so many places. And everywhere, different places, people used to gather, have his darshan, they used to do his arti, shower flowers, give him nice food stuff to eat. And everybody worshipped Krishna on the way to Dwarka. So everybody is worshipping Krishna. And then, as when he reached the outskirts, the gates of Dwarka, then Krishna did something very, very amazing. So, yeah, it is said that the Bhagavatam, Sa Uchchakase Duladaro Dharo Ap Urukramasya Dharanasta Shoninam Dadmayamanaha Karakanja Sampute Yatabjakandhe Kalahamsa Utsavanaha. So he had a very beautiful conch shell, his Panchajanya, and he blew that. How was this Panchajanya? Very white. This Panchajanya, the conch shell, the Shanka, was very white and it was fat bowled conch shell. And Krishna, holding it with full grip, he blew this conch shell with his red lips, in the Damodarashtakam also there, which says, Muhushchumbetam bimba raktadharam me. So bimba, like his lips are like the red bimba flower. So when he touched conch shell with his red lips, the conch shell turned into pinkish color. So that is how it appeared, as if it became red. The white conch shell became red by when it was touched by the transcendental lips of Krishna. So it appeared as if the white swan was playing with the stem of the red lotus flowers. That is how the Bhagavatam describes it. So very beautiful. And when he blew the conch so loud, the fear personified, it got feared. And all other Dwarkavasis, they were so joyful because for so many years they had not seen Krishna, because Krishna was on a very big task. What was the task? Dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. He had come for Dharma samsthapana, and he was actually doing Dharma samsthapana. For so many years he was out, with all this battle and the Kurukshetra war and being with the Pandavas, but Dwarkavasis were missing him. And after so many years, now finally Krishna has come to Dwarka, and the mood of Dwarkavasis is what we need to capture here now. The Dwarkavasis are so connected with Krishna, they just cannot be without him for a moment. But now, for so many years, he was away, and Dwarkavasis are so joyed by listening to this conch shell, the vibrations of the conch shells. They were all ecstatic now. They all came running towards to have that first glimpse, that first darshan of Krishna. So this is how Krishna created that spiritual vibration. And in fact, in our life also, all around you, even now, we are all surrounded by different vibrations. Either online or offline, we're all connected and have, we are somehow influenced by the vibrations around us. And some are negative vibrations, some are positive vibrations, and all of these vibrations actually impact our consciousness, they impact our thought processes. The viruses, we have this coronavirus or any H1B, I don't know, so many viruses are there. So H1B is, of course, a visa that become a virus now anyway. So, so viruses are there all around, and all these viruses, they are having a very low frequency. Now, some data is available online, so you can go and do some research that how emotions also have vibrations. Now, these viruses have a very low frequency, low hertz, 5.5 hertz. The viruses have about that much, 5.5 hertz. They stay and they thrive in that low frequency. If you expose them to 25 hertz, then they will die. The viruses die. So what does that mean? It means that if you are diseased, it only means that you are in low frequency, because that's when the viruses can enter your body. In high frequency, the viruses cannot enter. They will not make you diseased. You are diseased because you are in low frequency. And why are you in low frequency? Because lower emotions, they are in lower frequencies. For example, shame, 20 hertz, guilt. There is a table, by the way, which I found in the internet. Of course, I knew about these frequencies and emotions, but some data I just wanted to share with all of you. Guilt is about 30 hertz, apathy, 50, grief, 75 hertz, fear, 100, desire, 125, anger, 150. They're all some random numbers. Courage, 200 hertz, positive now. Neutrality, 250 hertz. Willingness, 310 hertz. Acceptance, 350 hertz. Love, 500 hertz. Joy, 540. Peace, 600 hertz. Enlightenment, very spiritual, 700 to 1000 hertz. So different ways, the lower emotions, they have lower frequencies. So now, if you are surrounding with positive people, automatically you will be pumped up. If you are surrounded by lower frequency people, then automatically you will feel very dull. You go to the hospitals. Hospitals, although Earth is very positive, it emanates a lot of positive energy. But if you go to hospitals, you will feel dull. The vibrations there are so, dull. You can't stay there for a long time. If you go to jails, low vibrations. People are already very sad there. So if you go to such places, you will also feel those vibes. People talk about vibes. So this is the kind of vibes you get. So we should fill our heart with positivity, that vibration with vibrations of positivity. And how do we do that? We chant Hare Krishna. We chant Hare Krishna, then automatically all that negative vibes and vibrations in your heart will be expelled out. See, the world is already full with a lot of problems and people are suffering anyway. So many people, everyone is actually suffering in this world without an exception. We should be very careful to not give them more distress. People, everyone is suffering. Let them not suffer because of me. We should be alert. We should be aware. Let us not spread hatred. Let us not spread these negative emotions. Let us spread joy and happiness. So all that negativity in the hearts of the Dwarkavasis were all gone. All those negative vibrations have gone because the spiritual vibration of Panchajanya was blown by Krishna. Very powerful. Now, we cannot take away any of these sufferings in the world. So let us not disturb the people. We should give courage to people. Just like Krishna gave courage, he gave hope. So we should also be hope giving to people. Right? So that's the greatest need in this world today. Good people, kind hearted people. That's a need today. Very few people will find who are kind, who are compassionate. That's why we are called humankind. Humankind means we have to be kind. So learn to give hope and joy to others, like just like Krishna. When he gave joy and hope and happiness to all the Dwarkavasis. That should be our goal. A very nice story. There was a farmer. He had these four puppies, very special breed. Four puppies he had, small puppies, and he got to know that if I sell these puppies, I'm going to get big money because these days, dog people have there are dog lovers, and if there is a nice dog, people will pay thousands of rupees, sometimes lakhs also. So people have the fantasy of having pets, and people pay money for these things. So a small boy, a boy goes to the farmer and says that, oh, it's very nice, all these puppies are so interesting, so can I see them? He says, looks at this boy and understand he's a small boy, he doesn't have any money, so he says, no, you please go away, I can't show you. Then the boy says, see, I'm just having some change here, and I'm giving this to you just to see them. I don't want to take this, but I just want to see them. Then this farmer says, all right, I think that's fair. So he gave some money to him, and you can see. So he was looking at these four puppies, and then he saw there was a fifth puppy there. And he said to the farmer, can I see that fifth puppy? Farmer said, no, that's unwell, and it can't walk. So you can't see that. Then this boy, what he does is he pulls up his pants and shows him that, see, I don't have a leg. I can't walk. And that dog also cannot walk. I think I can connect with the dog better. So, moment the boy said this, the farmer was heart, it touched his heart. He said, you can actually uh, take this puppy, and you take care of it very nicely, because and you take it for free because there is no charge for love. So I'm just sharing this because many times uh, we forget in this world how to express our love. We forget to express our kindness, our compassion. So we should sometime do this so that people become aware. So we need to vibrate at a higher level because most people are already at a very lower level. And how do we vibrate at a higher level? When we gain knowledge, when we chant Hare Krishna, we are all going to elevate ourselves to the higher level, right? So this is how we need to connect. So it's all about relationship, and relationship means we need to understand the sensitivities with which we deal with people. So similarly, now once Ramanujacharya is very great devotee. So when he was young, when he was going to the Gurukul, he had this teacher, Yadav Prakash. So Yadav Prakash was a teacher, and one day he did some mistake. The Yadav Prakash teacher, while teaching something philosophically, he said something which was incorrect, and immediately Ramanuja corrected him in front of other students. Now Yadav Prakash became very wild. How can you correct me Just get out of this place, don't come again. So he kicked out Ramanuja from the classroom. And now Ramanuja was crying, and he went very close to the Varadaraja temple in Kanchi. He was in Kanchi by then. And then he was crying, "Oh, I don't have a guru now. How can I learn? I have no way to learn the scriptures." And right then, uh, there was a person who was singing very special things. He was singing, which actually meant that, "Oh my Lord, you are so wonderful. You keep your feet everywhere and on every living entity in this world. Please shower your blessings and keep your feet on my head also." He was singing that way and he was going on. And suddenly, when Ramanuja he heard this song, he said, "Oh, this is so amazing. Krishna, Vishnu is keeping his feet on everyone on this in this universe. During the Trivikrama Vamana Avatara, he raised his feet, right, and he kept his feet on Bali Maharaj. So this person was singing that way, and then Ramanuja had an amazing realization, a fantastic realization, and that realization was, oh, when Lord Vamana incarnated that time in Satyuga, I was also present. Maybe in a different form. Maybe I was a grasshopper. I don't know what I was, but and I was also present when Vamana was there. And I think that Vamana also kept his feet on me when he was there. What an imagination that was. So, and maybe because of that, I may get something more better. So Ramananda, he said that, okay, somewhere, sometime long ago, Lord must have kept his feet and touched me also. So he immediately went to this person who was singing and he said that, can you please explain me more? Can you tell me more about this? And that man looked at this Ramanuja and said, I think you are Ramanuja. Never they met before. Never he saw this boy before. And he said, you should go to Srirangam. And you should meet Alabandar, who is actually Yamunacharya. And he's going to be your teacher. You go and meet him. Ramanuja was so happy. Immediately goes to Srirangam and then meets Yamunacharya. Yeah, and then meets his guru there. So very special. Now, we also, each one of us, must have been present during Vaman Avatar in different form. Maybe somebody was a cockroach, or maybe a lizard, or maybe a grasshopper, or maybe elephant, or I don't know what not. We could have been something. Definitely, we were there during Vaman Avatara in some form. Hmm. I'm just stating this how Ramanuja connected. So we were also probably present, and that's why, because of that touch of the Lord somewhere long time ago, we are today becoming devotees, trying to become devotees. So these are all very special things. So now, when all these Dwarkavasis came running to see Krishna at the entrance of Dwarka, they started offering different gifts to Krishna, offering prayers to Krishna, singing and dancing. And artistic people, different artists have come, dancers have come, historians have come, many different people. Everybody is glorifying Krishna in their own way. They're noting down every activity that is happening. So each one of them is offering ghee lamps to the Lord. Ghee lamp offering to the sun. What does it make? How does it look like? You take a lamp and show it to the sun. uh, your lamp in sense has no power before the sun, but still you're offering, and Krishna accepted, because Krishna is like Surya Sama. He's sun-like, but still they were offering all lamps to Krishna. It was appearing like, as if they're offering to a lamp to the sun. So they offered very beautiful prayers, all these Dwarkavatis, and this actually indicates that special aspect of their relationship with Krishna. Everyone is praying in different ways. Hmm? And that way, all of us also, we have a certain potential to serve Krishna and to love Krishna, each one of us. Just that we are not exploring these things. See, we all have the child within us. We are just not exploring that. We have somehow become so absorbed and stubborn with our own egos that we forget the child which is there within. And if you can somehow bring out that child within, and be just the way you are, your true natural way, then you will be able to connect with Krishna much better. Somehow we forget that, we get caught up with all these different obligations that we have in life, and we somehow forget. So we should bring that child, like, without any anxiety. Look at the children, small babies, how they are. We should be like that. We should learn or try to become like that, and without any reservations, hesitations, connect with Krishna. It will be very nice. So, in this aspect, I just wanted to share also one more very interesting story. In South, we also have this Vedanta Desika, a very great devotee. We briefly understood about him in last time in Kanchipuram, right? So he in Kanchipuram, there was a student, basically a brahmachari. He was studying, and when he grew up, finished his studies, he wanted to get married. And why he wanted to marry? Because he wanted to do a lot of dharma karya. See, many times in the Vedas, there are so many dharma karyas which are mentioned, which you can do only when you have a wife. Okay, that's why dharma karya, she's dharma patni, she's called dharma patni, because a husband can do dharma karya only when he has a wife. So lot of dharma karya can be done. So he wanted to marry because he wanted to do a lot of dharma. And now he wants to do dharma with his, by getting married, but then he could not do. He had a big problem. He had a financial crisis. Financial crisis, not in the sense, oh, what, how will I take care of my family later? The very first financial crisis that he faced was something called as Kanya Shulka. In the olden days, in those days, there was something like Kanya Shulka. Kanya Shulka means, if you want to get married to a girl, you have to go to the family of the girl and give some presents and some gifts, which he did not have. That Kanya Shulkam, completely opposite to what we have today. Okay, so now he did not have that Kanya Shulkam also to give. Now he was thinking, what will I do? So he went and approached some big rich people in Kanchipuram, and all they said that, you don't have to come to us. You just go to Vedanta Desika. He is directly connected to Lord Varadaraja and also Lakshmi Devi. So he has direct connection. He can give you any amount of money. So you go to him. So this boy did not have any idea how, who is this Vedanta Desika, and he finds and goes and meets Vedanta Desika, and then Vedanta Desika, when he gets to know that you want to marry because you want to do dharma karya, he becomes very joyful. Oh, there is someone here who is getting married to do dharma karya. Oh, I am very pleased. Please come. Immediately, he takes this boy to the temple of Lakshmi Devi, and then there in the altars of Lakshmi Devi, Vedanta Desika, he starts chanting very beautiful Sri Stuti, basically a Stuti glorifying Lord Mother Lakshmi Devi. And basically, these prayers are saying that anyone who does this stuti or chants this stuti to you, uh, Lakshmi Devi, you will shower all the wealth upon such a person. You will shower wealth from the clouds as if it is raining. The Kubera's treasury will open, and direct transfer will happen from Kubera's treasury to the person who is chanting these prayers. So all the earth will start giving him treasure everywhere. It will start raining, wealth from all different directions. This is the prayers basically. And when he was chanting this stuti, actually from the walls of the altars, so much of gold coins started raining. Just imagine, gold coins just started pouring in. So much gold. And then Vedanta Desika, he looks at this boy and says, have you bought a sack to collect all this? The boy said, yes, yes, I have a sack. He says, you fill it up as much as you need, you start filling up. This boy took the sack and started filling up, and so much he filled. And then he took another bag and started filling. And then Vedanta Desika said, I think you already have enough. What? For this lifetime, you have so much. Why are you even filling the next one? He said, the boy said, that I see that you also don't have money. I'm filling up this bag for you, the next one. Then Vedanta Devika says, see, this is not my wealth. My wealth is Varadaraja and Lakshmi Devi. I don't want this wealth at all. And then this boy now, having this full bag of gold carrying on his shoulder, is asking a very, very, very profound and important question. He's asking to Vedanta Desika, he's saying that, now I have got all this wealth, which I wanted to actually utilize for Dharma Karya by getting married. What if this very same wealth takes me away from Dharma? So you just imagine what question he's asking. And then Vedanta Desika, he explains very beautifully. He says, no, you will not get bewildered by this money. Because if you had earned this money by yourself, by your own endeavors, then you would think of enjoying the wealth. But since this wealth you have got it from the Lord, you will not enjoy this. And Lord is called Dharma Bhuk, which means He is the one who is going to monitor the way you spend the money that He has given to you. Okay? Now, if you are using this money for Dharma Karya, He is going to give you even more. See, this is how Lord monitors, by the way, our wealth. So when you use it, when you get anything, we all can become successful in life. But what is the point in becoming successful if your success does not do good to others? Right? So when Lord sees that, oh yes, he wants to be successful, but now with that success he wants to do good to others, then he gives you more success. There's no point in becoming successful just alone, just for your own sake. That is too narrow thinking. So here, if you want to do dharma karya, you will get more. So this is a secret. This is a secret. Wealth should constantly flow. Wealth should not stay in one place. It becomes stagnant, then it will stink. People say stinking rich. Stinking rich they are called. Why they are called stinking rich? Because the wealth is in one place, it's not flowing. And when that wealth doesn't flow, it becomes stinking rich. And when that stinking rich money is there, wealth is there with you, there are other problems that will start. Your health issue, your relationship problem, and that stinking rich will not stay there. You will throw it out because it's stinking. It will go to the doctors, it will go to somebody else. So money should always keep, flowing. It should flow in dharma karya. So you'll get more. That's a secret. Okay. And meanwhile, anyway, meaningful relationship means any relationship, you know, there are different aspects in relationship which we should know and understand. And this is with true for Krishna and it is true for our own other relationships also in this world. The very first thing is any relationship, any meaningful relationship should rescue us from wrong paths, just like Krishna does. He is constantly guiding us Paramatma and stopping us from doing wrong things in different ways. So, a true relationship means we should help the other person from not going into any wrong path. So, rescue them from the wrong paths. Okay, that is the first thing. Other thing is also you should encourage and engage them in a beneficial way. Always encourage others and engage them in a nice beneficial way so that they can grow in their life and they can experience their true potential. So we should do that. Okay. And the third is a meaningful relationship. In meaningful relationship, they will keep secrets for life. The secrets will remain secrets till the last breath. They keep the secret. That is one more aspect of meaningful relationship. The fourth is uh, we polish the good qualities in others. Any meaningful relationship, we see that oh he has a good quality. We nourish them. We make them shine better. That should be there. We should help others to grow more, looking at their potential. Okay, and the fifth one is standing with us in a time of distress. There are some people who just run away when we are in problem. But there are some people, even in distress, even in big problems, they will stand with us. So such people we should have. We should surround ourselves, or at least have some people in our life who will stand with us in all the difficulties. Like Krishna, he was always there for Pandavas. Huh? So there are some people in our life, it could be anyone. Huh? So they will stand with you. And some people will forget. Moment you are in a problem, they'll forget you. Array is gone, forget it. They'll not even come back to you. They'll come back only when you're successful. They don't come when you're unsuccessful. So standing with people when you're in distress. And then giving, the sixth one is giving what is needed at the right time. Many times you need something urgently, you need something which is very important, but you don't get it. But if you have a meaningful relationship with someone, that person will give you the right thing at the right time, and that is needed. It's important. So these are the different aspects of a meaningful relationship. So we should rescue them from the wrong path. We should engage them in beneficial ways. We should keep secrets till the end, till our last breath. We should polish their good qualities. We should stand with them when they are in distress, and we should give them what is needed at the right time. Right? So these devotees, these citizens of Dwarka, they had not seen the Lord for so long. They were desperate to see the Lord. And from this, we learn how they maintain long distance relationships. Dwarka people, they had never seen Krishna, and that time there was no internet. Just imagine their situation. We are able to connect with each other, look at each other from far distance because of internet today. But that time there was no internet. There was no other forms of communication. They were totally disconnected that way. But then they had a very unique way to remember Krishna. Huh? And things have really gone global today. Please understand, in today's world, although we have all these internet connection, we have wheels, we have flying wheels and so many things. We want to global. People have gone global, but our heart is always very local. Our heart wants to be in that place where we can connect with people. Our heart is always looking for that person whom I can share my love and express my love. Our heart is always very local, but somehow this crazy culture has come. We want to go global. No, be where you can connect with people. That's the most important thing. Hmm? So this is one very important aspect. And although they were very far away, I mean, Krishna was far away from the Dwarkavasis, they had a very unique way of connecting with Krishna. A similar thing happened in Ramayana when there was a long distance relationship that Rama and Sita also had to experience for about 10 months or a year, right? Sita was taken to Ashoka Vatika. In Ashoka Vatika, something interesting happened. She was thinking, how can I connect with Lord Rama? She's all alone. She is distressed because Lord Rama is away. And now she wants to connect with Lord Rama. Now she's looking here and there, and then finally she wants to remember. Of course, she's remembering all the time through her mind, but then she was under that Shimshupara Vriksha, and then there are a lot of Ashoka trees, and Ashoka trees have these flowers, very special flowers, which has a whorl within, and in that whorl there is a stick kind of a thing, which looks like a bow. Now, Sita, she saw these flowers, Ashoka flowers, and when she saw that, that stalk coming from the whorl of that flower, which looked like a bow, she immediately said, "Oh, this is a bow." And she took two flowers. She kept one on the left, one on the right, and she said, "This is my Rama and Lakshman." So every day she used to keep these two flowers on her left and right and think that, okay, these are my Rama and Lakshman. And anytime when Ravana came to meet her, she used to throw a blade of grass. And then she connected with the blade of grass and said that this is Rama. Rama can turn this blade of grass into a Brahmastra. Ravana don't think this is an ordinary blade of grass. So Acharyas give different explanation to that blade of grass, 13 or 14 ways in which she connected with the blade of grass, thinking of Rama. Can you imagine? With the flowers. And similarly, Rama also. Rama, he saw when he was going through and he saw a lake, there was pampa flower. He saw that, oh, these pampa flowers are so beautiful. It looked like the face of Sita. He looked at the tulips and then saw that, oh, this is the eye of Sita. He saw the fishes in the pond and saw that, oh, This fishes look like the side glances of Sita. He saw the peacock, and then peacock with the feathers open, dancing, and he's cursing and he's shouting and yelling at the peacock. Oh, peacock, you have so many eyes to see your beloved. Can't you tell me with so many eyes where is my Sita? That way, he's gone mad. Lord Rama also. Huh? Remembering Sita in different ways. Now this is how they are telling us that how long distance relationship, both Dwarkavasis and in Ramayana, they're teaching us that how there are different aspects or things that you can do in a long distance relationship. And the number one is remembering the time spent together. They're remembering the time spent together. Oh, yes, Krishna was there with me. We did this, we did that, we did that. They're remembering the time spent with each other. And the second thing is they're finding reasons to remember in different ways to remember Krishna. And sometimes it happens, right? When the person that you love is very far away, you find different reasons to remember them in different ways. And they're also finding connectors, just like the grass, just like the flower, just like the fish, just like the peacock. They're finding different connectors. Looking at that object, you will immediately remember that person. That is another way. And the fourth is you're hoping to reunite with that same person again, with each other. So there are different ways in which you can make a relationship work out even if you are far away. So the Dwarkavasis were practically doing this, and this has a technical word. And the technical word is pravasa viraha. Pravasa means travel. Viraha means separation. Traveling in separation. This is what traveling in separation is called pravasa viraha, and Radharani experiences. That's why in our Gaudiya Vaishnavism also, we give more importance to Vipralamba Bhava. Vipralamba Bhava is the affection or expressing love in separation. Vipralamba. Very special. This is called Pravasa Viraha. And then now, since Krishna is come back to Dwarka, there's a big festive mode. And the whole Dwarka is like buzzing with activities and full of festive mood, and very beautiful verses are explained. Gopura Dwara Margeshu Krita Kautu Katoranam Chitradvaja Patakagre Anta Pratihata Tata Ata Papam. So it says that the city gateways, the household doors, and festooned arches along with the roads were all nicely decorated with festive signs like plantain trees and mango leaves, all to welcome the Lord. Flags, garlands, and painted signs and slogans all combined together, to shade the sunshine. So many festoons were there all across Dwarka. सम्माजित महामार्गा रत्यापणकचातवर चत्वरां सिक्तां गन्धजलैरुक्तां फलपुष्पाक्षताङ्कुरैः. The highways, subways, lanes, markets, and public meetings, places were all thoroughly cleansed and then moistened with scented water. And to welcome the Lord, fruits, flowers, and unbroken seeds were strewn everywhere. Everywhere. So much of wealth and prosperity was there in Dwarka. So it was all big festival that was going on. Dwari Dwari Granam cha Dat Akshata Falekshubhihi Alankritam Purna Kumbhe Balibhir Dhupadipakai. In each and every door of the residential houses, auspicious things like curd, unbroken fruits, sugarcane, and full water pots with articles for worship, incense, and candles were all displayed. All these different things were going on, and the ladies of different palaces and houses, they were all coming on the rooftop just to have the glimpse of Lord Krishna. So this is the festive mood. Festival means in a festival there are different things happening. Again, different aspects of festival. One is Karanotsava. In festival there is Karanotsava. Karanotsava means festival of the years. What is that? Kirtan. Can you imagine a festival without kirtan? Singing, dancing, music should be there in festival. Otherwise, there is no festival. Recently, we had Kartik Utsav. We had a beautiful concert here. So much of kirtan was happening. So many beautiful things were there. So festival means Karanotsava, festival. A very nice pleasure for the years. Then there is Netrotsava, the best of the best darshan you get when there is festival, right? Beautiful deities are decorated and something very special. If you go to Bangalore sometime during Brahmotsava, last 3 days, the Lord is very beautifully, that special Brahmotsava Alankara is there that you see only once in a year. Festival Alankara, that is. Netrotsava, because just looking at the Lord in that specific Alankara is so beautiful, very special. So there is Karnotsava, there is Netrotsava, then there is Gandhotsava. Gandhotsava means special fragrance, just like these devotees, in Dwarka, they are lighting up all different types of incense, all very fragrant things, so that Krishna is coming. Oh, it's all very beautiful. In the one devotee was saying that in Moscow, he went to Moscow, and there was an incident where early morning when they were doing Mangalarti, the devotee, the pujari there, he did this agarbatti seva to Tulsi Maharani, Tulsi Aarti, and after doing this Tulsi Aarti, immediately he put off that agarbatti and he kept it aside. So this devotee was curious what happened. These people just switched off this incense, agarbattis. Is it very expensive, costly? That's why they are not, and probably they are going to reuse it tomorrow, next day also. What is their plan? So he goes and asks this devotee, why did you switch off those incense? And then he says, don't worry, we'll go out today. So they go early morning with this incense, that offered incense to Tulsi Maharani. He goes, and then when he goes out for book distribution, they're doing book distribution and the police catches. Hey, what are they doing this? And then this devotee, he, pulls out this incense. And then the police is saying, yes, this is exactly what I wanted. Now, if you give me this one, I'll leave you. So you bought it, right? And then this person brings those incense and gives this incense to this police. Now, this is the very unique bribe that police in Russia are taking. And this police, what do? They take this bribe of incense and they go to their offices sometime and they light up this and they enjoy the fragrance of this agarbattis. Just by smelling that agarbatti, all their karma is getting burnt because it's offered to Tulsi Maharani. So this is what is happening. Gandhotsava. This is Gandhotsava. And then, of course, there is Swadotsava. Prasadam. Who doesn't know now? Festival means there should be prasadam. Varieties of prasadam should be there. During this Govardhan Puja, so much of prasadam was there. Everywhere in Govardhan, varieties of prasadam. Annakutu was there. Then Swadotsava is there, then Sparshotsava, touching the Lord's deity, his feet, touching the deities of the Lord. It's called a very special, Sparshotsava. People connect in different ways. This is a festival. Festival means we should be doing all these different things. So every single day, we should be celebrating our life. And Prabhupada, in fact, said that I can give you so much festival, so many festivals that you can have festivals every single day. Prabhupada said this. And he could have actually given. But are we ready to actually be in a festive mood all the time? We'll become tired. We'll not be able to do anything. Otherwise, every day we can have festival. So once the reporter came and asked Prabhupada, he said, Swamiji, you're all singing and dancing. Always you're very joyful. Thinking that Krishna is there. You're thinking that this Krishna is there. Before these deities, you sing and dance. But Swamiji, what if you die and after that you realize that there is no Krishna? There is no God only. Then Prabhupada looked at this reporter and said, see, all this life, we sang, we danced, we had nice, delicious prasadam. Even if there was no Krishna, we thoroughly enjoyed life. We had the best time. But if Krishna is there, then what will you do? Prabhupada laughed at him and said, what will you do if Krishna is there? Because we are anyway enjoying our life, Krishna conscious life. Krishna is there, not there, after life doesn't matter. At least this life we enjoyed. Prabhupada's meaning. But what are you doing? You're simply running around here, there for just little money, spoiling your life. You're not even enjoying and becoming happy. So Prabhupada was that way. Of course, Krishna is there, and of course, we are going to enjoy here, and we're going to enjoy there in Golok also. So we should enjoy life that way. Hmm. So we need to basically have our unique way of connecting, and that flavor, that unique flavor with Krishna, and only you can have that unique flavor of Krishna. Like Prabhupada mentioned this also, very serious, very important thing. Prabhupada said that he is a Gopa in the spiritual world. He didn't say directly, but then he says that I like packing food, lunch boxes for Krishna. So that is the service of Prabhupada. Very indirectly, he mentioned this, that he packs lunch boxes for Krishna in the spiritual world. So that is the service Prabhupada does. And Prabhupada is so fond of this particular service to Krishna that when he was in this world, he started Food for Life in ISKCON. And today we have Akshay Patra growing so much, feeding so many people. Right? So each one of us have a certain flavor to connect with Krishna. So you should also find your flavor in which you can connect with Krishna. Right? So that's very interesting. So, similarly, now we all are having different people in our life, and sometimes when we don't have these people in our life, we become morose. Yudhishthira also, when he went to hell, he asked all the doorkeepers, "Where are my brothers?" He said, "No, your brothers are in hell." What? They are in hell. I want to go there. So Yudhishthira was taken to hell, and here he sees that all other Pandavas are suffering. Then Yudhishthira says, I want to be here only with my Pandavas. Without them, I am not going to heaven. So for Yudhishthira, that connection with them was so much that he was ready to live in hell with the Pandavas than go to the heaven and be alone there. Then immediately Yamaraja, he converted. It was just a test. He said, I just wanted to check your heart, whether you really wanted to be with your brothers or not. So he was ready to be with the Pandavas, his brother, whether or hell or heaven doesn't matter. I want to be with them. So that was the mood. So we should also have with some people in our life where they are so connected with you. They are so, or you are so connected with them that the relationship continues even beyond death. Many times, most of the relationship end with death. So relationships are all about very nice shared experiences, right? So you don't want to separate even after death, but that separates us. But there are some relationships which go beyond death, and there are some relationships where you feel death, experience death every day. So you should avoid such toxic relationship, and you should invest in relationship where you feel or you want to live with them even after death, and that is Krishna and the devotees. So unfortunately, our life is revolves around just 3-4 people. In today's life, there are just nuclear families, just 3-4 of them, and we hardly connect with more than 5 to 6 people. If you practically look at people's life, they are not able to connect more than 10 people. Beyond that, it's very difficult. You hardly have any connection with others. At least with these few people that you have in your life who are very close to you, you should have a strong bonding and connection. Okay, so now later on, of course, after this event in Dwarka, it goes on to how Parikshit was saved from the Brahmastra, and many other things that will come, which we will discuss in the next session. Any questions? Anything that you want to share? Anything that you want to ask? Any comments? And all those who have joined on YouTube, thank you so much for joining. Anything? Any questions, please? So it was great. Uh, we will have some more very interesting discussions in the upcoming session. We will discuss about how Parikshit was saved. Very special, very nice way to understand that also. So I only request all of you and also urge all of you to be little more aware, become aware, and become sensitive to the people around you who are helping you to actually grow in spiritual life. Respect with whatever time and the proximity you have with them, because we just don't know when life will separate us, right? So we should have at least some good moments with people, so that we can relish them. And before the effect of time comes and separates us, we should be able to connect with that person in a nice way, because we sometimes take relationships for granted, and those things affect us, and ultimately we become unhappy. So the greatest thing that actually can bring happiness in our life is good relationships. Actually, not money. It's not about education. It's not about how much knowledge you have. It's about how well you can connect with people. So if you have this ability to connect with your near and dear ones in a nice way, and let go of all the shortcomings and forgive them, and be in a nice way, so that will make you happy, and that will also be very pleasing to Krishna, because when we cooperate more with our own people, we will also learn how to cooperate with Krishna in the spiritual world. Yes. Okay, so with this, we will end our session here, and we will again connect next Sunday and understand more on Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you
Hare
so much for
Krishna
joining all.
Prabhuji. Hare
Yes,
Krishna
Vinodji.
Prabhuji. Only one thing I got a very good answer today. Many people ask now if there what happens what if there is no Krishna. So it was a very
Yeah.
nice answer, out of the box answer, and really it was really nice. Yeah.
Isn't it? It happens many times. People doubt, or they don't have faith, and they say that, "अरे तुम क्या कर रहे हो? एक life है, what Krishna, he is not there. Krishna is not there, right?" So, ठीक है, Krishna is not there, but at least in my life, with all these devotees in the temple, we are enjoying life. We are singing, we are dancing, we are having nice prasadam, we are discussing good knowledge, we are bettering our life, we are not harming others, we are in line with so many things. So, we are truly joyful from within. So, if we are able to get this kind of a life, what more do we want? I mean, we thoroughly enjoyed our life. Huh? And whether Krishna is not there or there, that we will see after death. Krishna is anyway there. He is going to, in fact, reciprocate with us in this lifetime itself. Many times he has already reciprocated. So, indirectly, and sometimes directly, but not visible. He may not be visible to us, but he is actually reciprocating with all of us. So, that faith should be there. They don't have faith. And sometimes, like I told you, your vibrations, if your vibrations are positive, spiritual, very strong, then people with this kind of doubts, when they come in contact with you, they may ask these kind of questions, but when they see your determination, that you are really firm on your conviction that yes, Krishna is there, then that vibration touches them also somewhere. And they, although not expressed before you out of ego, but deep within, they will contemplate. And that itself, that contemplation itself, is a seed that grows in their heart later on, turn to become a big Bhakti Lata Bij. Bhakti Lata, it grows, but it is a seed. So that's why we need to be very firm ourselves. So, but yes, we are enjoying our life, and let's enjoy our life, eating nice prasadam, singing and dancing. What more do we want? So you can give this answer to them later.
Yes, absolutely. And just one small experience, feedback I would like to give. When we
Yes.
were doing that katha, when you had come to our house, some people were
Yeah.
not believing. And when I met them after a couple of months, they are saying every day they are doing japa. Yeah, so it's
Okay.
wonderful. Yeah.
So this is how it is. So it is contagious. And genuinely, I'll tell you, this is when you get your heart cleansed more and more, you become purified. You all of us, each one of us, we can radiate that positivity, because of Krishna's blessing, because of Prabhupada's blessing, because Krishna is there present. When you become so in line with Krishna in your heart, then you will start radiating that spiritual vibration, and people will they will follow. They will understand that what you're saying is the truth. So we should make this more intense. Your bhakti should become more intense. You're already becoming devotees. You all become devotees. Intensify it and identify that unique way, your own unique way, uh, to connect with Krishna. And for that, you need to have a childlike consciousness, free from ego. When you have that kind of consciousness, then you will relish even more. Okay, nice. Very good. Thanks for sharing that. Good. So with this, we will end, and we have some people coming. Some devotees are joining for the Vrindavan trip in the next month, December. It's going to. It's already little cold, but it's very pleasant now. Morning time, it is cold in Vrindavan, and I think December end it will be extreme cold here. So I'm just getting ready for that, to face that winter in Vrindavan. And of course, it's a very beautiful place. Uh, so many things happening, beautiful temples, so many devotees visiting all over. So presently, at least I'm just taking this advantage of being in Vrindavan and absorbing as much as possible, so that I can do better seva to Krishna. So I have got this opportunity by His will and Radharani's mercy. So as long as I'm in Vrindavan, I just want to do everything right and absorb myself more. So thanks to all of you also. Please take care. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Vinodji. Hare Krishna
Hare
Devji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Dev.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.